This all centers on a specific Minnesota Supreme Court ruling.
That's the heart of it, yes. Basically, they overturned a 2021 conviction. A woman was convicted of indecent exposure.
Okay.
Observed with her breasts exposed, I believe it was in a gas station parking lot.
And the Supreme Court said?
They said, unanimously, that breasts are not inherently sexual organs or parts in this legal context.
Wow, that feels like a pretty foundational statement. What was the legal logic there? How did they connect that to the indecent exposure law?
Well, it came down to interpreting Minnesota's specific statute. The law requires two things for indecent exposure.
Okay.
One, exposing a specific body part. And two, critically, acting in a lewd or lascivious manner or otherwise in a sexual nature.
Ah, so it's the combination.
Precisely. In the case they reviewed, the court found no evidence the woman was acting in a sexual way. She was just present with her chest exposed.
So just being bare-chested without that added element of sexual behavior or intent doesn't meet the legal bar anymore.
That's the finding. The exposure alone isn't enough under their law.
Okay, legally that makes a certain kind of sense. But as the host on the Chisha Zed channel pointed out, and some commenters too, this opens up a whole can of worms, practically speaking.
Oh, absolutely. The initial reaction in the video was definitely one of surprise. The host mentioned Minnesota being seen as a liberal state pushing boundaries.
Right.
But then came the real-world questions. A commenter, Ms. Coffey, I think, raised a really interesting point about, say, crowded events. Concerts, festivals.
Yeah.
What about accidental touching? If breasts aren't legally considered private or sexual in this context, does that change how accidental or even intentional unwanted contact is viewed legally?
That's tricky if the baseline legal assumption shifts.
It introduces complexity.
Yeah.
Because many definitions of assault or harassment rely on the concept of touching private or sexual body parts. If the legal status of breasts shifts in this specific indecent exposure context, could it have knock-on effects? It's a question people are asking.
And it's not just about accidental contact. Ms. Coffey also brought up the bigger picture, didn't she? Like, where is the line now for public decency?
Exactly. If toplessness itself isn't the issue, what does constitute acting in a sexual manner while topless? Who decides?
That seems really subjective.
It could be. And think about everyday places. Community pools, public parks, beaches where families are.
Oh, yeah. That seems like a potential flashpoint. You have a legal right, perhaps, but social norms haven't caught up, or maybe they just differ.
Precisely. You can easily imagine conflicts arising, someone exercising their right and a family feeling uncomfortable, leading to calls, complaints.
What about schools? Dress codes are always a hot topic.
Yeah. If the state's highest court says breasts aren't inherently sexual, how does a school justify a dress code policy that treats female chests differently based on preventing sexualization or disruption?